Hello everyone. Once again we have met each other again. Now this time we're going to learn the voice. As we all know, in English all sentences are written in either active or passive voice. Level here hello ponte. Kan topic kan enam here voice. Voice to English as one sentence kan answer. Tam berhi dimel avai do to here sentence answer. Shima hit active more passive more zia. Fact ani English shima hit dikha kan shepop do ne. It's one English ahan a hinge active ania a hinge passive ani dikha ihan zirle don taila. So I am taking English active voice country. English active voice country also tilted to subject, the doer of the action. Sentence I can't tilted to subject active on each one. Car sentence car sentence active voice dina alone. So to example she lives. She loves her sister. Note it. Head who are subject to she. This one action to love ne. This one active active and to one here subject he till action the line here here sentence he active voice the say this one passive voice what is a passive voice? Passive voice is one doer of the action. Action t2 subject active lo kan anung lo mama kan passive voice alone ita taking on here to active voice she loves her sister he passive lo thak don taila. Is the sister is loved by her. She helama mongama antitu amongama subject alone tabachwa she hara and tapta atitu berka active tabo chwa he to he a sister anau ni mangai ani dinalantar he ta chan result kan le chwa he nu hen a unam nu amangaya di alonia chu passive ni chwa a unam chu mangai ani a u he chia kha di kha aloni don dinani chu result a po chwa tem zo ale da oma active voice na passive voice chu kan thathiam ang chu bodi khan ti chwa tense from khan omzi ane dona tense kan zir khan tense kan shiat do khan omzi ni dona ni a thu kha kan han enala head who he can answer. She loves her sister and it's one. Head who he simple present tense. Ani simple present tense in the simple present tense to can passive kan a tense ka dam lam tu relo. Head who he simple present tense in the it na a past tense mo idu tu mo it ka a thilo ba. Simple present tense in each one it na po khan a simple present tense me tu relo. It tense ka the tense does not change, it remains the same tense. This one can answer. She loves her sister. He simple present tense in here. A tense along is any. This one he past participle can take third form of the verb manani. This one if you look at the formula and siam don taila with the term here. Formula can siam don one, for example. Active voice formula so active voice formula so subject plus let's say verb, first verb, plus object. So what we must know is that in order to change the active voice correctly into a passive voice, we really have to know what is the subject of the sentence and what is the verb and what is an object. Kan share to point mo to sentence and subject ania, verb ania, this one object ania di khashela. Kha kan identify kan zmu chat thengai kan. For example, here tapo khan kan elena, what is the subject of this sentence? She. This is the subject. What is the verb? This is the verb. And what is the object of the sentence? Her sentence here in object object to her sister. Object alone. So you look here, it goes. Active voice goes this way. Active voice too, it's one colony. Tina alone. Then passive voice. Let's see the passive voice. Now the passive voice, how do we change? Since we have identified the subject, verb and object, it goes this way, as you can see. The sister, the object of the active voice, comes as a subject in a passive voice. Active voice object ka, passive voice subject so for example, we write here passive voice. Object plus is, am, or are plus third form of the verb plus by, and then the subject of the active voice comes to the end. Ka he tihen kan siam theta a formula kha tuna sentence pan hi kan formula kan siam theta ni. Active voice su tihen to khota he simple present tense. We are talking about simple present tense. Simple present tense sentence. So here in the active voice it goes this way. When you change in the passive voice, it has this formula. So if we want to prove it, we can prove it. For example, here, object comes here. See, object. Then the object here. Then since the object is singular, it takes the verb is. Object ka kan la ka singular and yavani is ka kan thanta. So this one comes third form of the verb. Hey, third form of the verb loved ka. Third form of the verb. Alonia. So this is by. Then here, this one she subject ka among ta ka so her. So as you can see, I hope this is clear. Do we understand? Okay. So now, this is the simple present tense. Now, the tense, if the tense change, we should always remember, we should know the tense of the sentence. Tense ka kan fiat sentence ka. And also that I would like to point out one thing is that in order to change the active voice into a passive voice, there are 8 tenses. They are in a present tense, simple, continuous tense, and perfect tense. And in a past tense also, simple past tense, past continuous tense, and past perfect tense. And in the future, simple future and simple perfect tense. So there are 8 of them which can be changed into a passive voice. Let me show you tense song pan hi kan nezing akhan pariat kha passive voice akha theni. Present tense akhan pathum, past tense pathum, le future tense akhan patni. Kha ho sum kha athak theni ikha kan chodoreni. And then one more point is that to change to change a sentence into a passive voice, only a verb, transitive verb. Only the transitive verb can be changed into a passive voice. Okay, let's go on different kinds of tenses. The first one we have done, simple present tense. Now, simple past tense. I'll write here simple present, and then active voice, passive voice. Okay, simple present tense active voice goes subject plus first form of the verb and then plus object. Now in a passive voice, when you change the simple present tense in a passive voice, we know that object comes first. For example, that subject in an active voice, then is, am, are, and third form of the verb, by, then the subject comes at the end. Now, going to the next one, simple past tense. Now, simple past tense, as we have already learned, simple past tense is simple present tense na china kan sui to kha kan zet mong le ni ta le tu na so sentence ka simple past tense along ta se intin kan tha simple past tense active voice so akal dan kha su kan na shianga subject plus second form of the verb alone ya this one object alone ni ta ni example she went, no, sorry, not she went. She loved me, let's see. She loved me. Simple past tense alone, yahi active voice alone tari. This one passive voice and tap on so on object ka arum masanga, then was a more, where a more. And Honora, the third form of the verb. And Honora Dorani. So, Ganan and Swan, he is subject to Nia, he love him, verb Nia, object to me. Hello, Itani. He object to he, subject and I'm going to love one of our men, passive as well. Mika Aya. He broke it as subject. Aya, Mika Aya, Omona, Swan was. I was. This one, he loved second voice, second verb, a third form, so on I told you, loved. I was loved by her. Then come simple past tense and it's one along the time. They can have a for him, you have she loves me. This is the subject, this is the verb, and this is the object. Subject to she, love, me, passive talks one, me to I, to and talk. Ma second to I and so am present and in mere wagon is a marker present and naha manture loved by her. The difference is a little small differences here. As you can see, in a simple past loved, here was loved, here am loved. So that is the only difference. Now, simple future. Simple future. Now, simple future has a sentence, subject plus will, shall, plus first form of the verb, plus, no, sorry, yeah, correct. Plus object. No, it's a bit long. See, mama, the one, turning into toy, don't worry. Okay, for example, she will love me. Sentence kalonitasen, simple future sentence. This one passive voice akan thak don son object to ka aron omo sana. Simiza will mo, shall mo, be plus third form the verb can come to morning. To the next one. I have she to subject on ya, verb to will learn on ya, object to me alone in me ka subject on the last one I will be right answer. I will be loved by her. So as you can see, these are the three simple tenses. Simple present, simple past, simple future. Zong ta dan ka. Heti here lo ni ta ne. Hey to affirmative sentence ni. Negative sentence lo ni ta se emo. Interrogative lo ni ta se emo. Ka po ka asoi le ti ta ni. Tu na chuan kan soi lo chuan a thui do no tu ka ni. Amaro chu lagina kan soi anga negative lo ni ta se okay kan soi lo banga. Negative sentence alone is one. Simple present tense is one. She does not love me alone is a negative sentence. If the sentence is in a negative, sentence can negative alone is she does not love me. So if you want to change the passive voice and it's one. I am not loved. Not cup up I tell not cup the rank already. I am not loved by her. Oh, so the results one here. Simple past tense in each one. She did not love me. Along the vera. Passive for let's one. I was past tense in the email one. I was not loved by her. Concept of suka, not ka by tianova, does let did ka and tap to money. Active voice also does in here, passive also am in a chakani. Simple past also did upon our active was in the chakani. Then simple future apple, she will not love me, and it's one. I will not be loved by her. Negative sentence back. Negative lo ni ta se, not the chi lo ni ta se, tira thap tu ni. This one can go there. Negative sentence kan titua, interrogative sentence lo ni ta se. Sentence si from kan zirkha. Okay. Interrogative sentence zona lo ni ta se. Zona achuan simple present tense achuan. Machine tu thoka. Does she love me? Alone. Simple present zona ni chuan. Simple past ni chuan. Did she love me? Alone. The simple future ni chuan. Will she love me. How do we change into a passive voice? If it is a question. Question alone is one. Question in each one does object can lack to me and ya subject a local some I and it on must say I can turn to question in tail. Question can turn on to the head and the book is I and its one and can lack to me I load some to run here and I loved by her. Am I loved by her? A passive voice a question to learn tani. So on here, simple past and its one was I loved by her. Along the variant. It's on future report. Will I be loved by her? So these are the questions. Questions on each one, they can talk along my time. Okay, let it run simple past, simple present, simple past, simple future too. We'll go to the next one. That is continuous tense hold. Continuous tense hold until it's in the present continuous tense. If it is present continuous tense, then we know that it goes subject plus ismr ing, then the object. Let me write it a bit shorter. Continuous tense. Okay, how to change present continuous tense into passive voice? You take the object, then use MR, then being, then third form of the verb. For an example here, taking on present continuous tense akal affirmative sentence kal pa ngai so hi ni na passive ka thak ko ne ro chuan heti an thak ni ngai ta object alo omanga object is a khan is a object is a khan ila ngaya so is a being so is a third form of the verb khan is doing. So let's take the example of I am kicking a ball. I am kicking a ball. So let this be the sentence here. This sentence lo dase ball ka pet me kani. Ka passive so kan come subject kan share verb kan share any object. Any apet a ball. Ball object along here, a ball to pakhat ani miawain is and lie and being, then kick ka a third form of that so kicked by me. I changes to me. It's one if it is question into negative sentence logitasi. Negative sentence. I am not kicking a ball. So you change in the same way. kapet lo ani chuan a ball is not being kicked by me. So there it is. Then if it is a question lo ni ta se interrogative question lo ni ta se am I kicking a ball? Am I kicking a ball? Question mark. Zona lo ni ta se is a ball hi kala pura ne wangin am kan ni not lo lo object ka ball ne wangin is a ball being kicked by me. So these are the three sentences that might be difficult to understand. He aharsa da utura kangai the interrogative te tin kan she turasu why te halo te ta why when te te lo ta khatiang in tha kha why kan dangam na sim so why thawin he ta da me why chu why thawin why ka ta so why ni chuan sorry here why am I kicking a ball? Zona. Why is a ball being kicked by me? When am I kicking a ball? When is a ball being kicked by me? So these are the present continuous tense. The next continuous tense akan panitia passive voice athathia so present continuous tense le past continuous tense athathi so chuan past continuous tense and taila past continuous tense kan share na formula chu so active voice alone here, passive voice that's one object kala masaka. It's one was where I'm bringing present and kill dalam to hoteli. Is a mar at the present to the America up pass alone. It's one was where it had made or about so now bringing the subject. Okay, so how? She was writing a letter to Pamai. She was writing a letter. So how do we change this? In a subject, what is the subject? She. In a verb, was writing in an object, a letter. The thing is on object, a letter. Letter. So pakhatan here was near where was and not only pakhat singular subject on its one was being written. Write ka a third form, so written. A letter was being written by her. Sika object lama kalsuan her I tagoni. Or he affirmative sentence tagoni. So interrogative zone ka har berlai chuni a interrogative sentence lo ni tase. Interrogative sentence as on zona ni chuan was she writing a letter lo ni tase. Ani chuan kan na tur kha inge object kha pakhat and it's one was was a letter object was a letter being written by her. Or he past continuous tense. Her to see me. They can understand so you can. Why tell police when tell police passive voice can be very why when can turn very to why was a letter being written by her? When was okay. So we'll go on to the next present perfect tense. Okay, let's go on to present perfect tense. Present perfect tense. Passive voice in top. Present perfect tense formula it's a subject plus has have plus third form of the verb and then object. So consider passive as an object that's one has a more, have a more, the being, then third form of the verb. It's one example sentence here. She has done her projects. She has done her projects. Tahan subject to she, verb to has done object to her projects. It's one object kita and one singular and plural can share plural project pakhat ai tamani awangin kan fiat poimo he mai hi kan film pura ni kan la object kha singular ni plural chati khatia ni lo chuan kan ti so the helaya active voice mi ang chia has some of one mai kha thil awesome takani dor ni amai ro khalai taka kha kan film pur dur chu object kha singular and plural. This one comes single plural and this one have. Her project have been done by her. So if it is a negative sentence lonely task Atilo a project low to title. She has not irony. Her projects have not been kaapai thiloni. Okay, then if it is a interrogative loni tase. Has she done her project? Zona, hello Nia. Zona needs one, and she can lock to object as Khan has ani ve ma don lo ni ti ka shela kan object la tur kha a plural ni chuan have in kan thla ve thung nga ya then done by her. So here we have all the perfect tense, active voice and passive voice how to change. Khai kan mua active voice passive athak da sentence from negative lo ni se interrogative lo ni ta se dia thak tu rani. Le next up kan kal le zera we go to the next one. Now past perfect tense. Ein Zul remedy, past perfect tense. Now we go to past perfect tense. Okay, past perfect tense. Okay, let me rub away all so that it's clear. If you have now, then you know. Okay, past perfect tense. Past perfect tense also, and say it again, he called home money. It's a Hilei in club don't deny, that's if I can club also. So, present perfect mechanic and do past perfect also can feel again, can say no later. Subject can, boy moda, and the remember had car, and I in Hondoni. Present perfect tense also has have card with Mantu, all money, a subject as your can. Past perfect also cutting to come over, had so car, and eating car, and Lashiana. She had done her homework. Okay, let's see. Lonita, Chuchu, anything a passive or top, and it's one in your subject and your verb. He subject and he verb and objects in what had she done? Her homework. Again, it's one object. Her homework had been done by her. Sorry. So this is how we make affirmative sentence into a passive voice. Then if the sentence is in negative sentence in long that will say it's one that's a book object one had not been done by her. It's a zona only if it is interrogative. Zona needs one, hence had homework been done by her? Question mark. So this is how you change the different kinds of sentence in a past perfect tense into passive voice. Now, future perfect. We have the last one, future perfect, out of 8. Okay, future perfect. What's the better account? Simple future, can you do? Okay, simple future. sorry, future perfect tense. We know that future perfect tense goes subject plus will plus first form of the verb, and then, oh, I'm sorry, have plus third form of the verb. If it is in a passive voice, we take the object and will come then, have, then been, then as we know by, then the subject comes at the end. So let's take one sentence here. They will have won the game. They will have won the game, let's say. So let's break it up by asking what is the subject. What is the subject of this sentence? They. What is the verb? Will have won. And what is the object? The game. So we take the game object. Since it is an object kani vani, the game kakan lana. So and will have been won by Dechu Dema. So the game will have been won by them. So this is how future perfect. It's one sentence from Hlychho affirmative and zona amo not to tell one Hilei and Khan Ilazel metorally. Okay. It's one. Okay, let's finish this. Future perfect. Okay, if that sentence is in a negative sentence, they will not have won the game. In negative sentence alone it has interrogative alone upon will they have won the game. So how to change here? Negative on each one. Object, what is the object? The game. The game will not have been won by them. Then if it is an interrogative sentence, then since it is a question, will the game have been won by them? So here we have the last tense, that is future perfect tense. So as you have seen, there are 8 tenses which can be changed into a passive voice. So those are the 8 tenses which we can change into a passive voice and how it is changed. And there are some points which we also have to know is Athena chuan dan fria tur chu object pathi te lo sentence ten kada chuan the nachina khan kan se to changing personal pronouns they an ni chuan passive chuan to pom wangin them ham ti te she kha object on long chuan her ham ti te khang kha personal pronoun changing ania ti chuan sentence ten khala chuan object pahnih an long le theini two objects long thea example John gave Helen a book. Then John had to here. John is subject here. Verb to gave here. Tunge apek. Helen apek. A book. He direct object to here. Book he direct object here. Indirect object to a machine he. Indirect object ani. This one object but he ani tax here chuan kong hina siam thei tinania amaro so tlang twin machine kha object a man thinani tikha fiat turani this one kong hin kan siam chinaga. For example, what tense is this? Hetu hi eng tense nge simple past tense ani tikini chuan taking on. For example, we take Helen ka object pakhat angin la phop taila simple past name wangin was. Helen was given a book by John. Pakhat ani thea. Panhina book zokha object alakin. A book was given. A book ilachwa to kanhananai. A book was given to Helen by John. Kan kong hina siam thini. Object panhi niya chuan. There are two ways to make, but taking a person as a object is more preferable. Object machine kan la kha adu tu sam zo kani. So that is what I can do for today about this voice. Thank you very much.